Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yo, and today we are going to talk about anxiety and depression. It's a topic that in the African American community is swept under the rug. You know, if you tell somebody, if somebody think you something wrong with you, what they tell you? You crazy. We got to stop that for real. All right, so before we get started, I want to say hello to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me once again, spending a little time with your girl while we talk about a few things. I hope everybody is doing well, and I hope you're having a good day. I hope this week has been good to you. I really do. I really, really do, because my week, anyway, so let's get into it. All right, so we're going to talk about depression and anxiety. So, this is a topic that is very, very dear to me. I have experienced depression, and as of recently, anxiety. I know, crazy, isn't it? So, first, let me say this: a lot of people think if this is one thing I don't care for. If you tell somebody you're depressed, they would try to tell you you're not depressed. They would try to tell you what you should be depressed for, or what you shouldn't be depressed for. They try to tell you, they be like your doctor. Well, if you just stop doing this and stop doing this, you won't be depressed. Being sad and depressed, two different things. Oil and water, day and night, two different things. Somebody who's depressed can't just turn the switch off and be like, okay, I ain't depressed no more. Depression don't work like that. Depression does not look as some people think. Some people think depression is just a person walking around sad. They don't come out their house. They don't take no bath. They don't eat. They just down and out. No. Depression is a very functioning disease. It's the doctors you see, the nurses you see, the teachers you see, the police officers you see, the military you see, the singers you see on TV, the celebrities you see. It's the people at the job you see. Depression masks itself. The idea of it is it doesn't want to be seen. It doesn't want to be detected because it can't do what it needs to do. So it shows up, and you just show up, and you're just like smiling every time, you know, and because you're functioning. So if usually it comes about if something happened to you. I ain't know she was depressed. She could have called me anytime. Lies. Because when I did call you, you sent me the voicemail, or you text me back, or you just flat out ignored me. She could have came over here. Lies. Because when I came over to knock on the door, you ain't answer. Folks be lying. Let me tell you something. Listen, you got to know your triggers, okay? Depression is so heavy and it's so dark, and you have to know your triggers. Once you can identify your triggers, then you can know how to deal with that person or that thing in a better way. For me, I'll tell you very quick because I'm trying to keep a time on these videos, you know what I'm saying? So just bear with me. Tell you really quick about me. A few years back, mine started, I got overwhelmed. I was very, very overwhelmed. And it just increased. I didn't think anything about depression. I just felt overwhelmed. I wasn't that person that thought, oh, it'll never happen to me. No, but I just didn't think about depression. I just thought overwhelmed, you know, no big deal. When I get more money, things will get better. You know, when my life get a little easier, things will get better. No. It crept up slow to a point when I did realize it was something wrong. I was pretty good in it, you know. It was pretty much there. So, being a single mom and being depressed is such a bad recipe. It really, really is. It's just, man, you you're trying to stay afloat. You're trying to keep your kids going in the house, and it's, oh gosh. So it crept up on me, and at first I felt very embarrassed. I felt very I didn't want to tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody. Nobody knew. My kids did not know. At the time, my kids were younger, so I kept up a front. When they would go to school, that's when I would do a lot of sleeping and a lot of just crying and just a lot of just And I knew what time they was coming home, so I knew, okay, let me get up, let me look like I've been doing something, and they would never know. I didn't tell my mother; she didn't know. The guy, if I was dating somebody, he didn't know. I had medication and everything, and nobody knew. I just felt that was very private. I felt like if somebody knew, they were going to talk about me. They was going. I already had a stigma on me for being a single mother. Okay, so I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell nobody. So I dealt with it for years. I had medication and everything, and it got really bad. It got in a really, really bad, dark place. And I remember I told somebody. I said, I explained it to somebody. I wanted to see, let me test the waters and see how this person do. Not bad. Not bad. And as I was going through it, I would just start to kind of hint and talk about it a little bit here and there. But once I got out of that really, really dark place, that's when I was more comfortable talking about it. I would hear about people who committed suicide, and the people that said that we didn't have no clue. They didn't say anything. They didn't have no clues or anything. We can't believe this. And, for me, my biggest thing was I didn't want to leave my kids. I didn't want my kids to come home and find me dead. I didn't want them to have that life of, my mama took her life, and I don't know why. I just, no clue. So a lot of my fight was for my kids. That was my fight. So once I came out of this dark place, I was feeling more and more comfortable. And I knew it was God, because God saved me, okay? And I knew it was God. And I knew that I had to tell my story, because my story can help save somebody. My story can give somebody courage to go and talk to somebody before they result in killing themselves. So that's a lot of reason why I talk about depression, because it's so many people suffering in silence, and that depression is overtaking them and it's killing them. When I started this channel, I've been wanting to do this channel for a very long time, and I still battle with depression. And sometimes when I get overwhelmed, I shut down. And I knew that starting this channel, I would have to be very, very committed to it. I would have to be consistent. And I knew at the same time, if something went down, I shut down, But I knew this was something that I had to do, this channel. I knew that. So right before me starting this channel, I heard of a young man who, he was a basketball player in college. Very sociable, very likable. He was very popular in college. His brother played basketball with him, but they knew that he had a struggle with depression. They knew that. And he killed himself. And somebody sent me the story. And it broke my heart, because I felt like, not to say his brother wasn't there or his family wasn't there. I'm not going to say that, because I can tell from what they say that they were there. They knew he was battling this. It breaks my heart, because depression is a disease that's so isolating, and it wants you by yourself, because that's how it can really do its work. And for this young man to be so sociable and so well known and still feel lost, still feel alone. That just breaks my heart. And if I can save one person, I'm good. But I believe that God has me on this very YouTube to save more than one person. And not just to say about depression. I've been through many more things than that, okay? Let me tell you. But I know that's one of the main things that for me, I'm going to have to speak about. And I'm okay with that because I know that God brought me through. And I know going through it, He strengthened me. I grew. I learned a lot of things about me. And I learned a lot of things about depression. And I'm going to do more videos on it. And as my channel grows and everything, I want to talk. I'm going to do some lives so that we can talk more personable about things, because I know it's so many people suffering in silence and alone. And sometimes you just need an ear. You know, sometimes you just need an ear. You just need somebody's presence to be there, you know. And I'm that person. You can hit me up anytime, but I just think it's very important to live. It's very important to live. And I think, you know, we have to be accountable for how we treat other people. A lot of people, when you hear somebody got depression, what you do? You distance yourself. Regardless of the reason, you distance yourself. And God forbid, down the line, that person killed himself. And you feeling like, dang, they did call me, they did text me, and I ain't say nothing. Yeah, that's kind of on your shoulders, because God gives us all jobs. We are to love one another and support one another. So yeah, that kind of does fall on your shoulders, you know. But like I say, I'm gonna make more videos about it. And yeah, I've just realized I have anxiety. Crazy, I know, because I'm thinking I'm doing better with my depression and not anxiety. I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthens me. So I'm gonna deal with that as well too. But like I said, my channel is the place here that we're gonna talk about things that a lot of people won't talk about. And that's one big issue. A lot of people won't touch. And they'll talk about it after it's too late, when you have all this time to talk about it, you know. So I'm going to talk about all kind of things on this channel. If you got something you want to talk about, leave it in the comments. But don't worry, my channel's going to grow. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I'm excited. And I thank everybody who has subscribed thus far. And I look forward to seeing the growth in this channel. I look forward to all the people I'm going to meet. And just remember, you are on your own journey. Okay? You are on your own journey. You keep doing what you need to do. Bump the rest. Because at the end of the day, you can only be in control of you and your actions and your words. You don't need support from a single soul. You don't. You're going to hear me say that a lot too. You don't need support from nobody. As long as you got God, you good. You know how much support I had in this channel? You really want to know? 2. And I didn't need them, but I thank God for it, but I didn't need them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this is God. I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm good with that. And I know I'm going to meet so many courageous people. I'm excited, you know. So thank you for joining me once again. And I pray that if you are dealing with depression, you talk to somebody. Do not be afraid. Push through those feelings of feeling embarrassed and feeling ashamed. Push through those feelings, because at the end of the day, it's about saving your life. It's about saving you. You have people around you that love you, and yeah, they will miss you. Yeah, it will leave an impact. I know it makes you feel like it won't, but it will. Don't let depression lie to you. Go and talk to somebody. It's nothing wrong with having a therapist, because when your girl get the money, she gonna get her one. That's healthy. Why wouldn't I want to be my best for my children? You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to be my best? I want to be my best for these places God are going to send me. I don't want to be in nobody's face talking and I'm all broken up and feeling not confident, I want me a therapist I can see on the regular. I need my therapist's phone number, email. Me and her gonna be best friends. Because I'm going to live, and I'm going to be who God wants me to be, who he's intended me to be. I don't care who don't like it. Oh, well, you'll be watching me from the stands. So you got to get that attitude. Let them know. Just watch me from the stands. I see you. Hello, okay? And keep it going. Be who you're supposed to be. And if you don't know who that is, ask God. He is right there waiting to tell you. So have a fabulous day, and I will see you. I don't even know what day I'm going to post this. I'm going to be real with you. But I'm going to see you next time, 5 p.m. Central Standard 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on my channel. Thank you for joining me. Have a blessed day.